As chosen ones, we have a lot of seasons of isolation. We really don't understand why we're misunderstood a lot. We don't even understand why we are chosen. How do you know that you're chosen? Why do we have so much isolation in our lives? Why is it that we're in a sweatshop where things are so difficult a lot? Why is it that it just seems like we're heavily afflicted? Why is it that we have so much weight that we constantly carry on us all the time, that when we transmute an energy stronger than that will come back to battle with us? Why is it that we just stay on the mind of the enemy? And the reason is because you were chosen before you entered into this dimension to change the game. You know, this past week, one of my daughters had a birthday, and she had asked me the time that she was born. I gave her the time to the exact hour and the minute, because I knew when I was pushing, a different world was on the television screen. And she said to me, "Mom, you gave birth to a different world." I said, "Ooh, that just hit me all up in my spirit." God said, "Out of the mouth of a child." Come on, somebody. If you just take the time to just listen sometime to what they have to say. And I want you to understand that I told her that is so true, that God created me to change this world. He created in you something that you are pushing through into this physical environment to change the world. When God created us, he gave us the ability, the authority, and the power to birth a new world. I want you to understand that that's one of the main reasons why the devil stays on our heels and in our lives, to make sure that we never birth a new world. But I want him to understand this on today, that it has no choice but to show its head. A new world coming through you has no choice but to show its head. I want you to understand that already a new world has been birthed into this dimension. And the reason it's been birthed into this dimension is because you are here. See, the enemy has a way to try to make you feel that you have no value, you have no worth, you have no money, you have no friends, no one understands you. Everybody else around you has such a colorful life. They have this and they have that. He wants to try to get your mind off of the assignment so that the world would never be birthed in the environment. But he slipped up and allowed trials and tribulations to wake you up to your supernatural abilities in him. What he failed to realize is, because you have your eyes on the prize, that you have no choice but to materialize a new world. Every time you push prayer into your environment, your world begins to change. Every time you push a good idea into this environment, your world begins to change. Every time you push goodness and love in the midst of a dark place, the world begins to change. Every time you push in the midst of a storm, the world begins to change. Every time you push when it seems that it is straight up unbearable for you to push, but it's something pushing you to push harder, the world is sure enough changing. I want you to understand that the world don't even know what hit it when you were born into this environment, because the world knows that you were born to split it into many, many pieces so that God can shine through the crack. The world don't even know what hit it, because you woke up this morning, because God put you here to say things so that you can change things, because you are here to birth a new world. Don't you know that that whole setup of that transit that came through here, where we had an eclipse that was 2:00 in the afternoon, burning up, and within a millisecond it got cool like on a winter or fall evening? Don't you know that was the hand of God resetting the atmosphere, because he was getting ready to awaken you, because you are here to birth a new world? I want you to understand that even in 2020, when everybody was sitting down and so many things was pushed into our vision, visuals that have been going on for so many years. God is saying, it's time for me to awake the children, the chosen ones, because it's time to birth a new world. Don't you know that energies has shifted? People have awakened, and people are more concerned, no matter what they put on that live vision, to bring more love into this environment. God is saying it's all because of chosen ones that we have birthed a new world. It is nothing that no one can do to stop you, because you have birthed a new world. It's nothing that the devil can do to harm you, because you're divinely protected with heavenly aid, because you're here to birth a new world. It's nothing that poverty can do to keep a hold on you, because God has set you free in your spirit. He wants you to recognize you, because you have birthed a new world. Nothing will ever be the same again, because my friend, you are not the same again, because you have been birthed to birth a new world. I want you to think about that as a chosen one. Whether you're in between trying to figure your life out, that's a good place to be, because God's going to help you find out why you were birthed to birth a new world. Whether you're sitting somewhere and your heart is just broken in so many pieces, that's all right. God is a mender of a broken heart, and he will gather them back and shine through the cracks, because you are here to birth a new world. If you're sitting somewhere and you just don't know, because you don't know what you thought you knew, and you're just confused, God is saying, I'm giving you the ability to bring order in the midst of the chaos, baby, because you are here to birth a new world. It don't even matter what anybody has to gossip and say or anything about you, or if they don't recognize you, and if they don't give you any kind of credit when you're always there to lend a helping hand. God is saying that you're putting something into a spiritual place that's gonna give you and yield you 100% yield of return on your time. God is saying your hand is in mine, baby, and you are here to birth a new world. So don't you even worry about it. Don't you get down. Don't feel sad. Don't you fret. If you're isolated right now, go ahead and give him some glory and thank him. Make prayer your new love language, because I tell you the truth, baby. Out of the mouth of my daughter, you are here to birth a new world. I love you guys. Peace. And I still be believing in what you are creating for the kingdom. Bye now.